Hey, what's up, guys? This is Stanley with Built for Battle Real Estate. I make buyers, sellers, and investors' dream come true by creating real relationships with everybody on every side of the transaction so we can have the smoothest ride all the way to the closing table. All right. Today, I have the 10 contract commandments. All right. Listen, I'm going to tell you what not to do when you are under contract. So many people have walked into a closing and it got canceled right in their face because they violated one of the 10 contract commandments. And I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's go. 10 contract commandments. Number one, do not change jobs while you are under contract. Okay, listen. Most of the time, your financiers, they want to see consistent employment. Okay, if you're not paying cash, then you have to be able to understand that somebody is trying to give you a large amount of money to purchase a house. These people don't know you, okay? They need to see stability. They need to know that the person they're giving this money to is going to be able to give it back. But if you're one of those people that changes jobs every 6 months because for some reason you just can't stay still, you're going to need to relax, okay? Most of the time now, they want to see at least 2 years of consistent employment, or at least in the same field, okay? So do not change jobs in the middle of you being under contract, okay? Doing that will cut you off, and they will say you are not stable. That will change the flow of money that you have coming in, and they will say, you know what, I'm not sure you're going to be able to make sure that we get the money back. They're going to kick you out, okay? So number one, do not change jobs while you are under contract. All right, contract rule number two, do not, this happens so many times, do not buy a car, a truck, or anything, any kind of vehicle while you are under contract, because you will be living in it. Do you understand? If you pull up to your closing in a new vehicle, they're going to tell you that your closing has been canceled. This happens so often you would not believe. Once you sign on that dotted line at closing, you can literally walk right out of that lawyer's office and go to a car lot and buy a car. Don't try to celebrate by buying you a car because you think you're going to close. You will not close. Do you understand? I don't care if you've got the clear to close. I don't care what they have told you. You will not, hear me good, you will not get to close on your house if you have financing and you purchase a car while you are under contract. Just wait, okay? The average closing is only 21 to 30 days. Just wait. You can go the same day and buy you a car. We've had people will buy their child a car. They will do this, do that. Do not purchase a car or vehicle for any reason while you are under contract. Take Uber, whatever you need. I'm sorry, you just have to wait, okay? Be patient, all right? All right, commandment number 3, all right? Do not use credit excessively or fall behind on your payments, okay? When you do this, you have now changed your debt to income ratio, what we call DTI. When you change your debt to income ratio, that changes all of the numbers and now you will no longer qualify for this house. When you are trying to get financing for a house, it's a numbers game. It's all about the math, okay? Every little T has to be crossed and every I has to be dotted for these numbers to line up for you to qualify for this particular amount, okay? When you do one thing that changes your debt to income ratio, it changes all the numbers. Everything has to go back through the underwriter. It has to be redone, and now the amount's going to change and things like that you're going to need for closing. Everything changes, okay? Because you have either overutilized the amount of money that you have, or now you've fallen behind and you're delinquent. Now that's a negative ding on your credit report that changes your credit score, okay? When that happens, either of those things happen, you are not going to be able to close on your property. So whatever you have to do, make sure that you don't overextend yourself on utilizing your credit, okay? You want to keep your credit utilization under around no more than about 10-15%, okay? Try to keep it down there and leave it there. Don't even just decide I'm going to pay everything off, because sometimes they actually need to see a little bit of money on your credit card. Listen to your advisors, your credit financial advisors. Listen to your lender. They will tell you what you can and what you cannot do. Don't just think you're going to be doing them a favor by paying your credit cards all the way off, okay? You have to stay exactly where because just having the money available is not the most important thing. The most important thing is them seeing that you're disciplined, that you can use this credit, but not overuse it, not underuse it. They need to see that balance, okay? So do not use excessively your credit card, okay? Do not fall behind on your payments, and do not do anything with your credit while you're under contract without talking to your lender first, okay? All right. Now, commandment number 4, do not spend the money that you have set aside for closing, okay? Don't touch that money, all right? If you have to borrow money from a family member and say, hey, I will give this back to you as soon as I can after I'm closed, then do that. Do not touch that money, because you're going to pinch off a little here, you're going to pinch off a little there. They are watching your bank account. They have access to all of your accounts, your credit accounts, your bank accounts. They have access to all this stuff. They're going to re-pull everything just before you're closing. If any of those things have changed, you're not going to be able to close, okay? Because once your numbers change, they have to see that you have enough money to not only close on this house, but to also be able to live beyond that, because they don't want to sell you this house and then you're having to give it back to them in a couple of months, because now you can't pay your doggone mortgage, okay? You can't pay your bills. They need to know that this money is going to be there. Do not pinch off of the money that you have saved. Sometimes it could be $2,000, $10,000, $20,000 that you have set aside for closing. And yes, good lenders will tell you to save a little bit more than what they think you're going to need. But listen, that is not a cushion, okay? The reason they will tell you that is because sometimes the numbers may fluctuate, okay? And if so, they need to make sure if you get to closing and you still owe $1, they're not going to take a cash dollar from you, okay? If things are not balanced, even if it's $1 off, you won't be able to close, okay? So you have to understand that everybody is coming together for you. If you do something shady or shaky, they don't trust you anymore. Okay, those relationships matter. That trust matters. So you cannot violate that trust. All right, don't take away any of the money that you have for closing. All right, commandment number 5. Commandment number 5 is do not omit any debts or liabilities from your loan application. Because what's going to happen? Let me tell you. I've seen this happen. I've had it happen with a client. What's going to happen is that you're going to be like, if I put this on this application, then they might look at me a different way and they might not accept me. Okay, what's better? Getting accepted, not getting accepted, or getting accepted and getting all the way the day before closing where your earnest money is on the line, your option money is on the line, and you're not going to be able to get it back at that point. What's better? Losing that all of your money at the end because now they've found out something else and you're not able to close and you lose your money, or being told no at the beginning? I would just rather deal with that rejection at the beginning, okay? When you're in this process of purchasing a home, you can't be afraid of rejection, okay? Because everybody can purchase a home. It's just that some people can do it now, some people can do it a little later, and some people it may take a little bit more time, but that's okay. You have to be patient, okay? Everything is not for you at this time, all right? You have to understand that, all right? Number 6, do not, before you close, purchase furniture, okay? I know you're thinking, hey, I want to have this ready. I want things to be able to be moved into the house on the day that we close. Listen, most of the time when people buy furniture, they buy it on what? Credit. All these different furniture places, they have all these great deals. You don't have to pay anything down, 12 months, same as cash, no payments until 2029. Listen, don't go for that because it still goes on your credit report, okay? Not only that, this is what some clients have done and they've gotten in big trouble. They have decided to have things delivered to the house. They've pre-scheduled it to be delivered to the house on closing day, okay? What's going to happen is that this truck is going to pull up on closing day to this house before you have closed on this house, and you have now violated your ethics, okay? You cannot do that. You cannot have anything delivered to a house that's not yours. You have to wait until you sign on the dotted line, okay? After you close, you can buy all the furniture you want. Go pick it out. Go tell them this is what I want, but don't do anything further. Don't even let them run your credit for this furniture before you close, okay? Just window shop. Don't let them talk you into all the deals that they have. I don't care if this sale is going to go away in 3 days and you close in 10 days. Don't do it. Trust me. Or you and that furniture going to be sitting on the curb, all right? And that's all you're going to have, okay? Now, commandment number 7. Do not originate any inquiries for any reason on your credit during the time that you're waiting to close. When you're under contract, do not originate any inquiries for any reason on your credit. That means you need a new cell phone. You dropped your cell phone. Oh, you don't have enough money to buy it. Oh, guess what? Oh, man, let me see if they can give me a new one real quick. Oh, yeah, they say, oh, it's just going to be a soft pull. Listen, don't listen to them. They're not trying to buy a home. They're trying to sell you a phone, okay? You have to understand that the best people to talk to are your lenders and your agent. If they are not educating you correctly, then you're going to have a big problem, okay? You're going to buy that little phone, and that phone is going to be all you're going to have walking out the door from your closing that just got canceled. And you're going to be able to call all your friends and tell them that the housewarming party is canceled, okay? Listen, don't let them run your credit. Anybody run any kind of inquiries on your credit for anything. Don't apply for a new credit card because you think if you have a little bit of extra money to go shopping after you close, that's going to be good. No, don't apply for that credit card. Don't say, well, it's not going to be here for another 10 days anyway. I'm going to close in 5 days, so I should be fine. You won't be fine. You're going to be living outside, okay? You and that credit card, all right? So that was number 7. Commandment number 8. Do not make large deposits into your bank account before you close. This may seem like, oh, what do you mean don't make a large deposit? Don't they want to see more cash in my account? Hear me and hear me well. Most lenders will tell you that the most you can put into your account before you close is no more than 1% of the purchase price of your house, okay? So for example, if your house is going to be $250,000, the most you can deposit into your account cash is going to be $2,500. That is it, okay? Why does that matter? That matters because if they see a large amount of cash just drop into your account, they don't know where it came from, okay? And again, it's not just that this money, they don't just care about money. They have to understand. They have to understand that your money has come from a good place. They don't know if a drug lord is giving you this money. There's also certified people that can give you money. It has to be a close relative or an entity. The money has to be able to be sourced. Okay, it has to be sourced and it has to be seasoned. Seasoned means it has to have been in there for a while, and sourced, they have to be able to trace it back to where it came from to make sure that it's legitimate. Okay, they want to make sure nothing's being laundered and things like that. They also need to know that it's your money, okay? Because somebody can give you some money to purchase this house, but they don't know if you have to pay that money back or not, right? If you have to pay that money back, then now you're going to have less money to pay your mortgage, and that's not okay because they don't trust you anymore, and they're going to revoke your closing, okay? They're going to shut that closing down. Don't allow anybody to put extra money that your lender did not tell you you can put in there, okay? Always go back to your lender when you're dealing with finances and ask them about what to do and what not to do. Don't just think because you have this friend that's going to give you a lot of money to help you with your closing that it's okay. It's not okay, all right? Hear me and hear me well, all right? Commandment number 9, do not change bank accounts before you close, okay? Remember, they are watching your bank accounts. They're checking all of your information. They're making sure that everything lines up. This closing is all about trust. Remember, you have a lot of people working with you who don't know you, okay? And even if they did know you, it doesn't matter because the numbers still have to line up. They have to see this consistent relationship with you and your money, you and your finances, you and your ability to manage yourself in a way that's going to make sure that everything goes well. They have to see this and be able to rely on it. If you change bank accounts during the middle of this, now, wait a minute, wait, what are you doing? Okay, now, do you have access to more money? What's going on? Are you trying to move something around? There's no reason that you should have to create a bank account while you are in the process, okay, of waiting for your contract to close. If you need to do that, ask your lender about, what if I had an LLC? Can I open a new business account? That's what you need to do. If you have to create an LLC to do that, then do that, okay? But do not add a new bank account. Don't attach your mom or your aunties or your great uncle, your rich uncle. Don't attach his credit card. His bank account to your bank account. Don't attach your name to anybody else's. Okay. I don't care if it's a significant other. You have a great relationship. You have to wait. Okay. You violate trust, that's going to be a bust. All right. Now, number 10. Do not, and I repeat, do not co-sign for anyone on a loan for any reason while you're waiting for your contract to close, okay? If you co-sign for anyone, that changes your responsibility. Part of your application process is they need to see what all you're responsible for. That's your debt to income ratio, all that. Co-signing for someone says you're now responsible for these finances if they don't do what they're supposed to do. I don't care if they're rich and they just needed a co-signer because their credit wasn't good. You're not the one, not until you sign on that dotted line and that closing is done. Okay? Listen, making these simple mistakes will have you being really disappointed on your closing day. You cannot violate any of the 10 contract commandments. Let's go over them one more time. I'm going to go from the bottom this time to the top. Commandment number 10. Do not co-sign for anyone on a loan for any reason while you're under contract. Commandment number 9. Do not change bank accounts while you're under contract. Commandment number 8. Do not make large deposits into your bank account while you're under contract. Commandment number 7. Do not originate any new inquiries onto your credit, okay? Number 6, do not buy furniture until you have closed, okay? Commandment number 5, do not omit debts or liabilities from your application for financing. Don't omit anything. They will find it. Number 4, do not spend money that you have set aside for your closing. Commandment number 3, do not use credit cards excessively. Do not fall behind on your payments, and don't even pay everything off on your credit card until your lender has given you instructions on what you can and cannot do. All right. Commandment number 2, do not buy a car or a truck or you will be living in it. All right. And commandment number 1, do not change jobs while you are under contract. Those have been the 10 contract commandments. All right. Again, I am Stanley with Built for Battle Real Estate. I help buyers, sellers, and investors close on their dream property at a dream price in a dream situation by creating great relationships with everybody involved so that you can have the best situation and make it all the way through the closing. All right. If you need me, just call 404-277-008. Remember, always think Built for Battle for anything real estate. All right. Love you guys. Peace.